Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Police have in custody a man wanted for the murder of his younger brother. Also tonight, an Indiana man who used a fake name to live and work in Saipan has agreed to plead guilty to felony charges. And a local man is arrested after K-9 units sniff out drugs on a Chalancanoa residence. In sports, it's the NMI versus Guam in a soccer showdown that goes extra time. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. If you thought one napkin for the Quarter Pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
A 78-year-old local man is arrested on murder charges. Moses P. Cabrera appeared in court this morning. He's in custody for the killing of his younger brother, Pedro Cabrera. Cabrera was found on the shoreline of the Garapan fishing base last Thursday evening. Police think he did it with a hammer at this family residence behind the San Jose church. The victim was battered and unrecognizable. He was initially identified by a dragon tattoo. Police know Pedro Cabrera well. He was a longtime inmate at the DOC. He was convicted of killing a police officer in 1984, and then while on probation in 1999, he was arrested on rape and kidnapping charges and was sent back to DOC with a 20-year sentence. The elder Cabrera, the one now in custody, was interviewed early on, and he initially told police that he was drinking with his brother on Thursday, but then left to go fishing. Police asked to check his fishing net and said it was dry. Investigators say they found what appeared to be blood on the bumper of his car and blood spatter on a FEMA tent, a wall, and a mat. On Friday, they had set up a command center at the house as they continued to look for physical evidence. Police say they now have a confession, too. According to an affidavit signed by an officer, Moses said that he and his brother got in a heated dispute over land, and he told police that Pedro threatened to stab him. Moses said he hit him in the head with a hammer and then dumped the body by the fishing base in Garapan. Moses is in custody. Bail was set at $500,000.
Police Commissioner Anthony Macaranas held a press conference to announce the arrest of a suspect in the murder investigation of Pedro Pangilinan Cabrera. The body of the deceased was found on Thursday afternoon, August 1st, at Fishing Base. Clues led to a crime scene at the victim's home in San Jose.
An update on the homicide that occurred August 1st of Thursday last week, the Criminal Investigation Bureau detective have made an arrest of the suspect the responsible for the murder of Pedro Pangilinan Cabrera. The suspect the arrestee has been identified as Moses Pangilinan Cabrera. He is the older brother of Pedro. He was arrested yesterday at 12:50 p.m. at his residence in San Jose.
Authorities are still looking for a third brother potentially tied to the event.
There's not much that I could share other than they were drinking that afternoon, and then they had an argument.
The commissioner outlined the charges against the suspect in custody.
So basically, he's been charged with second-degree homicide. He was charged with aggravated assault with a dangerous weapon.
The commissioner acknowledged that his team worked together quickly and as a unified force in order to find a suspect in such short order.
The joint effort of our uniform and criminal investigators had worked collaboratively, especially with the investigators. They work all night and to the wee hours, just so that they can gather all the information to finalize, not finalize, but still get part of that information so we can file the charges against the suspect. And of course, they're still gathering evidence.
Even though the police were able to capture a suspect, they say they are not finished with their investigation. They are still appealing to possible witnesses who may supply more evidence in this case.
And we're still appealing to the people that were at the fishing base on August 1st between the hours of 12:30 to 5 p.m. That if you did see any unusual, anything particular on the south side of a fishing base, if you do see any unusual activity, I urge and I ask the people to please come in and give that information to our criminal investigators so that they could follow up more on those information that you put in. Or if you don't want to get involved and you don't want your name, you can call the Crime Stoppers.
Bail is set at $50,000 for Glenn Palacios. A search warrant was issued on July 30th for the Chalancanoa residence of Palacios to search for stolen property. That warrant was executed on August the 1st by the CIB Canine Unit, the Rapid Response Team, and the U.S. Marshals Service. Police say they processed the house, and dogs indicated the presence of narcotics. They then recovered drugs and drug paraphernalia, including 47 Ziploc bags with drug residue inside and just over $800 in cash. Presumptive tests showed positive for crystal meth. Police also recovered 2 rifles, one with a serial number and one without, along with ammunition. Police say neither rifle was registered. Palacios is being charged with illegal possession of a controlled substance and with gun charges. He is a former building inspector with the Department of Public Works. Palacios appeared in Superior Court this morning.
A former Cagman Health Clinic employee who was working under a different name has reportedly agreed to a plea deal in Indiana after being extradited from Saipan in early March. Charles Dewey III, known locally as Carter Widmore, was wanted in the state of Indiana with 6 warrants for his arrest on multiple charges. It's a bizarre story that started in Indiana and continued in Saipan, where Dewey worked at a local school and a community health center using a fictitious name. He was arrested by local police and appeared in Superior Court in January in cooperation with the Northern District of Indiana Great Lakes Regional Fugitive Task Force. The 27-year-old Charles Lee Dewey III is charged with dissemination of matter harmful to a minor, sexual misconduct with a minor, child solicitation, intimidation, possession of marijuana, rape, residential entry, possession of child pornography, and sexual battery. According to court records, the United States Marshals Service, District of the NMI, received a request from Indiana to locate and apprehend Dewey. who they believed was currently residing on Saipan using the alias Carter Allen Widmore. Local police conducted investigations which led them to Widmore's place of employment at the Cagman Community Health Center. Part of Dewey's plea agreement in Indiana calls for him to repay the $31,000 that was spent on his extradition. No court date has yet been set for the plea deal. State does agree to drop 2 counts of rape as part of the deal.
No water today in Chinatown and Navy Hill, while CUC says they are working to repair a 6-inch mainline break. CUC says the emergency water service interruption was expected to be resolved by 6 p.m. today. Residences in Chinatown, Upper Mija Housing, Asfalape, Upper Navy Hill, and portions of Chalangalite were affected. These areas experienced little to no water pressure. After the repair, CUC says it will take a couple of hours to pressurize the system. The number of the CUC hotline is 670-236-4333.
Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
I love Marianne's coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Two brothers from North Carolina are now living in Guam and working as meteorologists. These days, they share duties keeping an eye out for super typhoons and hazardous surf. In their spare time, they build Lincoln log structures, and they are both world record holders. Here's more from the twins, Landon and Brandon.
He decided to do weather back in high school days. I was more interested in music, but later on in high school, before graduating, I decided to do a little gear shift.
They started off at a community college in their hometown, then transferred to North Carolina State University, obtaining their undergrad degrees in meteorology.
A couple years later, got a break in the weather field, working in Kwajalein in the Marshall Islands. And from there, took a little vacation to Guam in 2008, fell in love with the island, and decided to get a permanent vacation. I came out here in 2010. Landon had actually came into Kwajalein about 6 months after I got there. They had another opening and urged him to put in an application. And then shortly after I got out here to Guam, they had another opening in the National Weather Service. He applied and got picked up. So we're 14 years into a 2-year contract.
They speak about their challenges as every region differs and communication isn't always easy.
The challenge is, as forecasters, we have to have a knowledge about the islands. Each island has different vulnerabilities, whether you're hilly, mountainous island, a low-lying coral atoll, different vulnerabilities to water, to wind, to marine hazards, and whether it's a trade wind swell or westerly swell. So there are some difficulties, especially when it comes to tropical cyclone warnings. We have our main islands that we put the routine forecast out for, But some of the outer islands, so the very far northern atolls of the Marshall Islands, some of the outer islands in Yap State, Chuuk State, it's a matter of relaying information from the Weather Service offices and the disaster coordinating offices to those outer islands. And sometimes those communications are only once or twice daily, if that.
We asked how they feel about doing weather on TV.
And so we actually did broadcast journalism, took a couple of courses at Chapel Hill, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And we enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but the television business can be quite topsy-turvy, especially in meteorology.
Well, I guess if that's an open-ended question, if KSPN is willing to meet salary, I think there could be a consideration to move to Saipan.
We do offer health club members.
It's all about the health clubs.
Saipan Mayor Ramon Camacho is teaming up with a local company to promote the martial arts.
As the mayor for this municipality here in Saipan, my background is a law enforcement. And I strongly believe on proactive, not reactive. And issues, that we have within our community is crime. Issues about obesity, issues of technology, and no physical activity to our children. So this is it's very important. That's why I'm really promoting, and I want to cater, the sports for the youth here in Sinamay. I'm working closely with the legislature, the local delegation, to see how we can fund this program so we can continue. And it shows there's a reflection. And past, if I'm not mistaken, last month, the team from Team Marianas that went to represent the Sinamay in Marshall, it's a history, it's a breaking record of acquiring the total of 70 gold medals. And not only gold medals, silvers, medals, bronze, and total of about 120 or 130 medals. And that's a record for us here in Sinamay. So it really shows that we're coming up, we're really taking it serious.
The mayor says we can better serve our children through participation in sport, and we can better serve our island as a whole through sports tourism.
My concern here is the crime. We need to do something for the youth. On after school, what program do we have to cater these kids? So those are my worry here. Of course, the PSS, they're focusing the kids within the campus. But the concern here is outside the campus. So that's where the mayor is coming in about, after school, outside the campus. And this is the type of organization that I need, to link up and work together. How can we, cater these children by make them participate on different type of sports? And I congratulate Sensei Danny, for officially the Sinamay Karate group has been officially recognized and registered in Japan. So that's a plus for us, and it's a big spotlight for the Sinamay on talking about sports tourism.
Danny Baez has been a master karate and martial arts instructor here on the island since he arrived from the Philippines in 1991. He is sensei at the CNMI Martial Arts Academy for Self-Defense.
On my part, as one of the instructors over here in this island, I'm here way back 1991 and continuing doing this martial arts karate. I start this up for me, not only for just making business out of this, which is we know that martial arts is not a money-making business. This is my passion, and this is my obligation with the kids
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month, plus a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Dreams just like baby, I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights, I'ma need the off-whites. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got desires that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth, where's your worth?
The king is back like prodigal. I've been gone, I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Buenas sports fans.
Wow, what a football weekend it was. Back-to-back soccer matches down in Culberville for the under-20 boys. It was the NMI versus Guam. And on Saturday night, it was all NMI as they win 2-0 against our neighbors from the south. It's a fierce and friendly and competitive rivalry. Guam's the big brother with the NMI, the up-and-comers, maybe with little chips on the shoulder. Sunday night, Guam needed a win, but they also needed a win by more than 2 to take the cup. They got off to a good start. NMI in white, Guam in blue. Little pass off the noggin here, and then it's a nifty dime and a little cross, and just like that, it's going to be 1-0 Guam. Guam celebrates a bit. They are happy to be on the board. CNMI is going to try and answer, but not able to capitalize here. This was a pretty offensive game. Chance here for the local boys, but just wide. 3 minutes later, another pass down the right side, a pass to the middle, but it's defended. A minute later, corner kick for the NMI. Good kick, but the goalie's going to come out and make a good play, good punch there. Minute later, another free kick here, but no go. CNMI trying to get one across, but it's going to be Guam who gets the next score. It's a nice pass down the left side. He's going to cut back to get the ball to his right foot and center the ball, and then a nice header, which makes it 2-0 in favor of Guam. And that was the score as time expired. So here's the deal. NMI beat Guam on Saturday night 2-0. Guam then beat the NMI on Sunday 2-0. It's one game apiece, 2 scores apiece. Nobody likes ties, right? Well, some people do. I got a nice green tie that I wear for special occasions, and I have some really nice tie friends. But soccer ties, those need to be resolved. And how do we do that? Well, 2 words, shootout. Or maybe that's 1 word, But shootouts are high drama, and we are going to get one. And the weather machine's going to be dialed up. Heavy rain as Guam and the NMI trade shots on goal, one at a time. One for the local boys here. Guam up next. Umbrellas are out. Bit of a slow prance, and that one is coming back, folks. It's 1-all. All tied up here. NMI hammers one into the left corner to go up 2-1. Guam up next. Ball placed on the spot. The approach. It's going to be off the crossbar and in 2-2. NMI up next. Still raining. And left foot right up the middle. Guam keeper's going to try and stop it with his leg, but NMI scores, and it's 3-2. Guam up next. Critical. They need this one, and they're going to get it. It's all tied. NMI up next. Tense moments here. Left corner. Score. 4-3. Guam still alive, though. Fans taking cover. Kind of a dribbler, but there are no pictures on scorecards, and this one counts 2. It's tied. NMI needs this next one to win. The weekend comes down to this right here. NMI takes the shootout and the cup 5-4 in shootout. We'll have more from soccer later this week. Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass, and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's your weather. Tonight, mostly cloudy with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Winds from the southwest from 5 to 10 miles per hour with lows around 77 and 20% chance of showers. Tomorrow and tomorrow night also partly cloudy with isolated showers with highs around 87 and lows around 78, also with a 20% chance of showers. Our sunset tonight will be at 6:45 p.m. and our sunrise tomorrow at 6:01 a.m. I will be seeing you out there jogging bright and early. Have a great evening, Saipan.